Hello and welcome to episode 16 of my playthrough of DireWolf20's 1.18 modpack. Today, we're going to kind of continue along the lines of the things that we were doing yesterday with LaserIO. I finally got all these chests sorted, pretty much. The miscellaneous chest is still kind of, miscellaneous things, but we can still now chuck things from our inventory into here, and a lot of it won't end up in here. It'll actually end up where we want it to, sorted better than what it was before. Which is nice. It's actually super good. I spent a little bit between episodes. I don't know exactly how long, but just just kind of fine-tuning these and just adding more things to the filters. Like you can see here, my building blocks chest is pretty much well filtered and just accepting a lot of things. But today we're actually going to get into something a little bit more interesting, and we're going to work on the ore processing, like I said I would. So over here, I've got the enriching factory and my smelting factory set up pretty much the same way I had them before, where they're just kind of set up here with the chests and things like that. But I want to make this automated. I don't want to deal with putting ores and stuff into this to have it smelted and processed, as well as not having to run all the way over here to grab our metals and stuff. So we're going to do a couple things. First of all, we need to get power to there. So that we can obviously power everything. So we're going to do this a couple different ways. I've got my windmills just kind of set up here on top of the base, but it's kind of ugly the way that the cables are set up at the moment. So I figured we have the ability now to... Wow, why does it start raining now? We have the ability in this mod pack to have a tesseract, and I have a basement here. There's like this random hole in the ground. So that we can transfer kind of power all over the place. So we have our basement here, and if we go over here, you see that's the power cable that runs up to my machines. And I kind of just want to have, I guess, just the energy cube down here, supplying power around, and then our power generation can be done elsewhere. So all I'm going to do, actually no, this is what we're going to do. Let's go back up to the top. And we're going to craft a couple different things. I think this is the right spot. I'm going to craft a few things, actually. We're going to do this while we're here. We need to grab out my ender pearls. Grab those as well. Did they end up... I should have more than 5 ender pearls. I went on like, there they are. Why'd they end up in here? So little things like that, right, with this storage system, if we find that things aren't ending up in the right slot, we just kind of have to add it again to the tag filters and stuff, just to make sure that they do end up where we want them to. We're going to grab out some wool, and the first thing we're going to do, because running up and blocking our ways up and down like that is not exactly the most fun thing to do. So we're going to build, an elevator, which is a super nice block. We just need to go down here. Put one of these there, and then on top of this you can just kind of jump. Oh, and that's in the wrong spot, but that doesn't really matter. Just by pressing space and shift on this we can travel up and down. But what we'll do is I'll just break that and then place it there. It kind of fits in with the floor, but now we have fast travel between our main room and the basement, which is what we want. And we'll sleep real quick. The next thing we wanted to do was build this thing and kind of upgrade it, because 1.6 million FE really isn't a lot when you think that my mining laser alone holds 10 million FE or whatever it is. So we want to upgrade that at least once to the next level. I just need to grab out some osmium, which I've got 2 here. Beautiful. And we can upgrade this one pretty quickly. It doesn't really take anything. It's just a couple energy tablets, some infused alloy, and some osmium, all which is like super easy to get with the level that we're at. And this thing will store 6.4 million FE. Or MFE, or whatever you want to call it. Which will power everything kind of nicely, and then won't waste the power that we're generating above. So all I'm going to do is just kind of directly under that, we'll do that. We'll place that down, and cool. It's just going to kind of keep going with the power that has stored in here. But how am I going to get the power from over here, from the windmills down there? And we're going to do that up there to down the basement using tesseracts, I think. They're kind of expensive if you look at it. But if we look at the tag, items, fluids, and energy can be transferred between multiple tesseracts. It doesn't really explain it, but it's kind of like entangled blocks. They work in a similar way, but they do energy and like all that stuff specifically. So I need to grab out obsidian, which should be in here. I've got 1 block of obsidian. Do I have any more in here? I do. I have plenty in there. Obsidian, and I need a bunch of diamonds. It's kind of annoying how expensive this is. We need 2 blocks of diamonds to make 2 of these. But for the convenience factor, it is 100% worth it. So we've got 2 of these. I'm going to put this tesseract up the top over here. Bang. And now I don't know if we have to, there we go. Right, I think this one works by channels. So we're going to create a power channel. We're going to call this wind power. Actually, no, we're gonna remove that. We're just gonna call it power gen. Bang. And then we're gonna activate that channel, and now it should be accepting power into it. But if we look here, note that it's not going anywhere because it doesn't have anywhere to go outside of the tesseract. So now that we've got that, we can run down to our basement. Down over here. And I'll just kind of place this next to that. I want to look at the side config. Let's just make everything input output. Just because that makes life super easy. And I don't have to worry about sidedness. Bang, and then on the left side, we're just going to activate this to that. And now it should be transferring power from the wind generators up into here, which is nice and easy. The next thing I'm going to do while we're here is going to grab out the 2 heat generators that we had in this chest. I've just kind of moved everything around, so those 2 can go there. And I'm also going to need 2 buckets of lava, aren't I? Which I still have stored, which is awesome. I'm just going to put these in the wall over here. It doesn't really matter where they go. Let's just make a hole here. What I'll do is I'll put the cable going there, a heat generator there, and another one there. I need to put holes on either side of it. Bang, bang, and then just a block. Doesn't matter which block, that'll do. That can go there. And then place the lava there. And now we've got a little bit extra passive power gen for when our windmills... Actually, I don't think the windmills do turn off. It's not like solar panels, are they? Now we're generating power from every single block. You should be generating a little bit. There you go, producing 21.27. Our power gen is now set up, which is amazing. But that's not the cool thing we wanted to do today. The cool thing we want to do today is automating some ore processing. So while this is going on in the background, you see here I've been doing blocks of the raw iron. I don't know if I've explained why we're doing blocks. Because like here we're just kind of like looking at the enrichment chamber. 1 block turns into the 12 dust, but if we look at the raw stuff, right, it's kind of annoying with the not the smelter, which one is it? Enrichment chamber, here we go. You need to have 3 in there to create 4 iron dust. And just super annoying, and having to like I guess manage that and like making sure that 3 of each are going in there. I can foresee this getting backed up pretty quickly with like random chunks of everything and then nothing getting cooked up. So I think we're going to continue with this of the blocks, but we're going to do it a bit differently. So first of all, on the back side of these, I want to put down nodes. I'm going to hook up the nodes to each other. And then I'm going to connect those nodes back to these ones over here. I think this is going to be slightly too far for it to reach. I'm not entirely sure. let's select you. I don't know what the max range of this is. Yeah, maximum range of 8. Yeah, okay. So we're going to need to use laser connectors, which are what these are for. I wonder if we can make it look nice. I might run them along the roof, actually. So you're selected to that. We don't need to worry about that. Let's run back inside and get onto the roof. I'm going to place one. Let's just place you there. We're going to connect you to that laser. I want to see what the max range of this is. Then I want to select you to go to over here. Ah, it's 8. Damn, 8 blocks really isn't that far, is it? So 1, 2, 3, well, I'm miscounting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it should be you. No, it's one closer. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we want to select this one and just kind of daisy chain it. Okay, so it must be within 8 blocks. That's fine. I guess we can deal with that. To you. So it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put one just here on the corner. And then one here, and then one there. That should be more than close enough. I just want to kind of make it look semi-decent. Bang. To you. You are too far away for sure. Oh, no, you're not. You must be like just on that limit. That to that, and then we're going to connect you to that one. Apparently not. Connect you to you. Oops. There we go. Now they're connected. So those nodes over there will now be connected to this node system, which is kind of cool. Those are the wrong blocks. Oh, they went back into here, didn't they? I will just leave it open for now. And we're going to do this. How do I want to do this? I probably want to do this with just an insert card on you. You're on the wrong side. I want to do it on this face, on the west face. Insert card. I probably want to have 2, don't I? An insert and... Oh, no. Because we're just going to have it go into this one. This will enrich it, put it straight into the smelter, and then it'll pull out from the smelter. So you're going to be on this face, and then you're going to be set to extract. Right, and hopefully you don't pull dust out. I have the shield, so it's not letting me move you. Bang. 51. Okay, the dust isn't changing. And it's not pulling it out right because the backside is set to energy. So we want the bottom set to energy and the backside set to output. Cool. So now this node is pulling it out. And it should be, if we set this up properly, all ending up into our ingots chest. 9. I'm just going to sit here and wait for that number to go up to make sure that this is working correctly. Bang, 10. Awesome. So that's working. So it's pulling it all out into there. The issue that we're going to have with this is that our items here, these metals, are going to back up extremely quickly because obviously we have stacks of blocks, like 512 times, what's that? Times 2, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 18 blocks. The stacks of blocks of copper. That's a lot of materials. So what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade this gold chest to a diamond one. And then we're going to replace the chest that we already have in there with this one with the compacting on it. And then that's going to become important as well for when we're pulling stuff out to be processed. So we want to pull this one out of the way. Now what's brilliant about this as well is that all the settings are saved on the node. So us moving the chest shouldn't actually affect it at all, which is kind of nice. So now we want to make, it's a sophisticated chest. We want to make a diamond upgrade. So sophisticated. Gold to diamond tier upgrade. It's just 8 diamonds and a redstone torch. So we need 8 of these. Gonna grab one of you, and sticks should be in here. Beautiful. Grab that. Grab that. Bang. Bang, bang. We're going to upgrade this chest to diamond. Now we have a ton of storage in here as well as compacting. And we have an extra spot in here for another upgrade should we so need one. But now we can place that chest there. It should be inserting the copper back into here, which is exactly what we want it to do. And now with this chest, what we can actually do to make it even cooler is we can pull this stuff out and then we can just replace this diamond chest on top of it. And it'll pull out everything from here and sort it into this chest on its own. How cool is that? We don't even have to deal with it. So I don't even have to bother about moving any of that stuff from one chest to the other. Now this chest can just kind of get placed back over here. That can be an empty one. We can add that to the storage later. This one can stay as diamond. It doesn't really hurt to have it. And the beauty is as well, anything that I have in my inventory that I don't need to have on me, I can just kind of throw it away and it'll get sorted by itself. So now this chest is empty. Everything should have shown up in here, which it looks like it has. Now comes the interesting bit, right? Now we want to work on pulling ores outside of this into the back of the enrichment chamber. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to empty out this chest because that doesn't need to have anything in it. I'm going to dump it all back into here. Oh, these aren't going to show up in there, are they? Did they go over here? They didn't go over there. Where did they go? So I've got 9 blocks of Orion. Do they actually show up where they're meant to? No, they don't. Where did they rock up to? I'm confused now. Because that's obviously a stack there. I put a stack back into the system. Okay, it all ended up in this chest for some reason. Why did it end up in here? One of these things... Oh, that's because of these. Mine colonies. Bang. Let's get rid of all those. I think I must have accidentally added those. Okay. Now, can I add you to this tag filter? Forge ores, raw materials. Do you have... You don't have storage blocks, which is kind of a thing. Cobalt might not. Does raw iron? Okay, we might have to add each of these individually. But actually, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem, because what we'll do is... the system should never have to deal with the blocks, because I'm never going to be importing them in. It'll be just the raw chunks. Let's grab some food. And so we're not going to worry about that. That shouldn't be a problem. It's just for the moment while we're migrating this stuff back over that it's actually going to be a worry. So let's just put all of these in here. And they're all stored in there. Which is cool. You're empty, sweet. So now we can get rid of that chest and that hopper that's there. And now we're just going to want, I guess, a basic input filter onto you. And then you're just going to be set to extract anyway, right? So it just doesn't matter. You're just going to pull out whatever the finished product is. So that node doesn't need any filtering. This one does need filtering of what it's going to insert. And what it's going to insert is essentially just those blocks. And we can do that because of this chest doing the automatic compacting. So if I pull out this and then turn them into regular stuff. Oh, that's right. It's not going to work right because I shift right clicked it. I think if I just pull out that and put it back in, that resets it. Where did that upgrade go? It's there. I think this is a situation of break and replace. I think the using the carry on these chests kind of breaks them, so we're just gonna break it and replace it for the time being. Oh my god, and there's too much stuff in here for me to actually do that. There we go. Okay, cool. That seems to have reset it. There we go. We can test that again. Bang. I'm going to put all of these into here. Whoops. Not those. All of these into here. You can see that as we put them in, it's creating blocks out of it. Beautiful. Which is what we want. That's how we want this to work. And I can do the same thing as well if I take a stack of this, put that in my inventory, and then put it into the sorting chest. Ah, crap. It took my card reader. This thing. We should see them all popping up into here. Well, that happened really quickly. We didn't even see it happen. But all of our raw iron is back in this chest. It didn't rock up anywhere else. I don't think. 162? Yeah, is that how much we had? Let's test that again. Let's turn all of you into that. Put all of you in there. Yeah, okay, it is sorting it properly. Beautiful. And we don't need to handle any of the blocks. So now we want a basic filter, which we should already have one here. And we're going to have this one over here that's set to insert. Bang. We're going to go... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong face. It's this one here. We're going to go insert basic filter. And then we're going to have it set to stock. I think that's how we want to have it. We want to have it set to stock. The default basic filter. And then inside this filter, it's called raw. Are these just raw? Yeah, blocks of raw. We just want to filter in this stuff. So these are the only things that are allowed to go in here, like the blocks of the stuff. Some of these we need to be careful though, like the block of raw zinc. Can't be handled by mechanism. So we can just kind of look up here and see what can be. So the zinc we can't. And then if we look at the block of, what is it, silver, we see can be handled by mechanism. So you've got to be careful about which ones we're putting into this. This is the other thing as well that you see me doing here with what's this mod called? Oh my god, I'm like having a with LaserIO, right? And the basic filters is that we can actually just drag and drop from JEI. So nickel, can we do you? Yes. Nickel has a recipe. Block of raw uranium. I don't think we actually have any blocks of raw uranium. But it can be handled, which is good to know. So we'll just add it anyway. Raw osmium. Obviously it's a part of mechanism, so this will have a recipe. Zinc, or raw tin rather. Looks like it can be, yep. Raw lead, I'm going to assume it does. Yeah, it does. Cobalt, do you have a recipe? Cobalt does not have a recipe, right, so we can't handle cobalt, but that's fine. And raw elementium can't be handled. Cool. West, there we go. Regulate. Allow. Yeah, and I think this having this set to stock is how we want it. Default down, blah blah blah. Regulate, exact, no. Transfer amount 8 as fast as we can. Now why isn't this working? Possibly because we need to have an extract card on what am I doing? I need to pull out one of you. One of these extract cards on that chest. Is that maybe what? This might break everything. I'm kind of like figuring this out as we go. So what if we put you into that one on extract 1? It's just pulling everything out. Where's it inserting it? Raw zinc. Raw zinc can't be handled though. So where is it placing the zinc? Is it putting it into you? Yeah, it is. It's just moving it between these two chests. Interesting. What if I pull out all the raw zinc? What's it go to next? It's pulling out the blocks and everything. That's not what we want. So let's stop that from doing what it's doing. Curious. I wonder if I move the node up one onto a chest or onto like a hopper, because I should be able to interact with those. We can test this really quickly. Actually, I should have hoppers over here. Let's just grab. I already had one in my inventory apparently. This shouldn't break anything, hopefully. I'm just going to place it. Whoop, no, that's not where the hopper goes. The hopper has to go into the enriching chamber. Maybe it wasn't accept. I don't know. But let's do this. What we're going to do is we're just going to break this node. Bang everything out of it. We're going to replace it back to here. We have to relink everything. So we're going to link you back to you. And then you to that laser. Yep, cool. And then we're going to go back to, so we're looking at the east side. On the west side, we want the stocking. It's not working. Why is it not working? Insert. It's going to insert it into here, but I wanted to be able to pull out from the other inventory, which it should be able to do. That's what stocking should do to it. Maybe if we... Wow, I can't up the priority of this. That's interesting. Regulate? No. Exact. Allow. Basic filter. Right, because I only want it to pull out those certain blocks. Am I doing this wrong? Let's just break the hopper and put a chest there instead. Let's have a sleep real quick. Okay, here we go. We're going to look at this. We want to look at modes. Stock mode. Card attempts to find the designated item in the filter and pull them from other insert nodes in the same network. Stock mode. Card requires a filter set to allow. Attempt to find the designated items in their filter and pull them from other insert nodes in the same network. Okay, so I don't think it's going to pull it from... I heard that creeper as well. From other insert nodes. Channel 0. They should all be on channel 0. So that's curious. So instead of that, instead of pulling it out of here, what if I just grab these blocks and put them in there? Right, they're not in there. They didn't show back up in here. But they did show up in here. Okay. So because it's trying to insert it there... Right. So I don't think this is actually going to work how I want it to. I wanted it to pull from this... I guess we can do this instead. Okay. Cool. We can do this too. So each side, as you saw here, we have 9 slots. I think I can just have an extract card set to the same settings as this insert one over here. Okay, we can totally get this to work. If we look at the west side here, so we've got iron, copper, blah blah blah. If I just copy those onto an extract card with the basic filter, it should have the same effect. So basic filter, I want you to go, it's iron, copper, gold, zinc we can't do, raw nickel, raw uranium, osmium, tin, lead. So you and this one should be identical. Which if we look at them just quickly, yep, they are identical. We want to insert this into the extract chest. Bang. Onto the extract card. So now the only thing that this card is going to pull out of this chest over here, and it's on the same side. So we have, if you look at the lasers there, there's two going in. You can kind of see the particles. One's going in, one's going out. It's only going to pull out those blocks. This doesn't actually need to be all that quick because it can only store so many in the factory. But it should be pulling out one of each of them and putting it into the chest over here. The chest is just for testing as well. Beautiful. So that's exactly what it's doing. So now I'm going to pull that node out of the way, put that node back to where we wanted it. I knew it was going to happen. I did not have the reaction time to deal with it. Oh, and it took out part of my wall. That's not cool. This is like, must be just outside my border. And I got rid of that node as well. You're just an extract card. On the wrong side though, you only need to be on the west side. Okay, and then we want you to be stocking card. And then you're on the wrong side as well, you need to be on the west side, bang. And then obviously you all need to be connected back to the system. I don't know if that was connected. Yep, cool, we just look at the particles. That's that. We should see copper showing up in here. No, we won't because it's not set to energy. Insert on the back. There we go. Something's funny here. Does it not want to interact with the mechanism? With this block? Or is it trying to pull out the wrong thing? Let's see, it's pulling out the block of raw silver. Yeah, it's pulling out the the nickel and stuff, but where's it storing it? Because this isn't obviously accepting it. Yeah, and it's going that way. Is it showing up in here? It is showing up in here. Right, because it has nowhere else to go, so it's just going to show up here. Okay, so I think we do need to have the chest. Let's just take this extract card out for the moment. Okay. It's alright. This is little bits of finagling. We can figure this out. I don't know why that copper showed up in there. So we want it to, yeah, so it needs to be into this chest. But can you auto insert? Auto eject, clear side config, input. Can you auto insert, I guess? And do I have to have a hopper on it? Because if I do, that's kind of lame. Oh, I don't actually have to. Maybe I can do it with nodes. Oh, it doesn't need to be on the back of it. Okay, my mind is working now. I can actually figure out a different way to do this. Oh, let's just test this real quick. I don't think the mechanism machine will pull from a chest. Yeah, it won't. It won't fill that up. Okay, cool. But we can do this a different way. Do the nodes just not work with mechanism? Can I go... What if I put the node here on top? Then on the downside we go item card. That chest isn't extracting, but we can test this by... I need to grab those blocks of... Where'd I put that block of... the copper, the raw copper. Let's grab you back. And then if I insert it into here, it'll try to put it in there, but it might take it from this one first. It didn't fill it up. Okay. So I don't think LaserIO cooperates with nodes, which is fine, I guess. It can interact with hoppers though. Yeah, 106. Where did that end up? Ended up in here. Why is it ending up in there though? It should be in here. Oh, that's right, because we don't have it set up. That's fine. Okay. What I can just do instead then is I grab this hopper. Since it doesn't seem to interact very nicely with mechanism, what we can do is just have the node there, and then the node can insert into the... Oh, is it really going to pull it out? It totally is just pulling it out of the downside. That's on the west side, but if I put it on the downside, it just pulls it out. Interesting. You both went in there. I guess we do have to have a chest here as a buffer. I'll just put the node there, that's fine. It doesn't hurt to have it there. Downside, stocking card. Stocking card goes there. Let's link these bad boys together. So apparently it doesn't insert into mechanism very nicely. But it extracts from mechanism. Yeah, it is. It's just like nowhere near quick enough. So we need to put an overclocking card in there, or at least a couple. You, bang. $32 every 10 ticks. It's cool. It's just going to pull it out as fast as it can. Beautiful. Now you on the downside, you're set to that. Beautiful. I need to fix this hole in my base. That'll work. That's kind of annoying. I might actually have to make that chest bigger. But anyways, we can put this extract card back in here. And this should just now pull out all of the blocks it's allowed to. Once it pulls them out, it'll go into the chest. And then once it's in the chest, it'll go from the chest into the hopper into the enriching factory. I can make this smaller. I can get rid of the hopper if we just make this chest a sophisticated one with the hopping upgrade. I think that's a thing we can do. There should be a thingy in here that is hopping. Auto smoking, blasting upgrade, stone cutter. I thought one of these has a hopping upgrade. Apparently it doesn't have a hopping upgrade. That's funny. So I think we just need to have the hopper there anyway. That seems kind of silly, but whatever. That's fine. We can live with that. But as far as I'm aware, now this system should be working. And so now whenever I go mining, all the raw stuff that we get, because if we look at my other personal storage device, everything that comes in is like in raw form, which is what is accepted by this chest. And then once it goes into this chest, it'll do the compacting by itself. And then once it's compacted, it'll get sent over to the processing. If that makes any sort of sense. Raw uranium block. How are you crafted? You're done in a multi-servo press. That's kind of annoying. But whatever. So we do have these edge cases of like aluminum chunks and uranium chunks that we have to figure out how to deal with. But we can deal with the most of our ores in this manner, which is kind of cool. It'll do it automatically. It'll take it over, it'll smelt it, and then it'll pop back into this chest once it is smelted. And then be nice and organized and compacted and stuff. Which is kind of cool. So we have some basic inventory and or auto smelting sorted. That's kind of nice. We're getting there into this tech. It's annoying that we had to do that though. Unless I missed something, like it was all set to input, the back was set to input, so it should have worked on the back of the mechanism machine, but didn't. But that's fine, we can live with that. We found our workaround. It's still the same thing. We don't have to insert these blocks by ourselves, which is exactly what we wanted. But I think that's a good wrapping up point. Anyone who's still here, thanks for watching, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye.